Suckr for Love. Really kind of great animation, kind of cool animation. A woman who keeps kind of running into the same troubles with the same man. Kind of a cool visual, and it doesn't really end well, which made me sad.
Very imaginative. I thought it was quite different and interesting juxtaposition with the cutouts and the kind of sultry voice of the adult and the children. And
I found the animation really lovely and artful, and I was actually really grateful for the bummer ending. I thought it was just so great that there was no...
I'm a sucker for romance. I wanted her to like figure out these bad men and like fall in love for real.
I did like the fact in your movie about love that the man was lured away rather than just losing interest. So it was another woman who lured him away and he became an animal, a goat, and then I think the second time it was a dragon or something. So I kind of like that too.
I really enjoyed this animation. I read about the filmmaker on the Facebook page of the German Consul General. They advertised tonight's showing, and they said that the filmmaker was primarily an environmentalist. And so I was looking out for those images, and it was really nice to see all the where popular and social culture is going towards to save the environment, all those from the bees and the cows being slaughtered and all the death. And it was at a point where she came out of the grave and then she goes back to being dead. And I just didn't see I didn't find a representation of the Mother Earth. It was so dark, so I enjoyed all the folklore that the filmmaker tried to bring. It was very enjoyable.
Yeah, it was almost like she's going through a cave, in a sense, a cave of humanity.
I really enjoyed the film. It was like the story in particular, it just pulled on very basic human core emotions.
Hi, I'm Natalie Kramer. I directed and animated and wrote the music for Suckr for Love.
I wanted to know about each of your inspirations that you really wanted to put into showing into the film.
Well, first of all, I needed a music video for my next song, so I was like, okay, what can I do by myself where I don't need a big budget, a big crew, a location, and so far. So I was like, okay, animate. And then I was going to create something socio-critical and environmentally critical as well. So there were a few stories going on. The main story was obviously the search for true love, and especially in nowadays age. I mean, I think we've always had that issue, but even nowadays age, where everyone's attention span is like 10 seconds, where you can find like your next date on whatever those apps, like, you know, search people by catalog instead of taking time to get to know a person and work through struggles. You know, I mean, nobody is perfect. You won't find a perfect person out there, and that's her journey through this utopian world, which is also like a mirror of our society nowadays. And then if you watch it a second time, you will see in the background there's all these things going on, like the dying of the bees, the plastic pollution in our oceans, the carbon in the air and all that stuff. So yeah, it's a lot of information in one 4-minute short, but that, yeah, I like to create art with like a meaning or like a message behind it. So.
Were the cutouts puppeted? Like, did you have like joints on the parts, or were they just all pieces?
Yeah, I wish I would have brought the puppets. So, oh, I totally forgot to mention, this was also an homage to a German female animator from the 1920s.
Yeah.
So she did a lot of animation and great animation before Walt Disney, and you can actually see her stuff on YouTube. I guess she wasn't recognized or didn't get the fame that she deserved because she was a woman during that time and living in Germany, so there it goes. So that was also an homage to her work, so I tried to stay as true to her work. I was living in Germany in the past 2 years again, so I went to the Düsseldorf Film Museum, and they have a permanent exhibition of her work there, of the puppets, the silhouette cutouts, and the animation table. So I went in there for a whole day and just studied that corner. And so then I went home, and to answer your question, they're basically cut out. So you cut out like the head, the arms, the hands, everything, and then you put them together with wires so that, you know, the little puppets and you can move them. And then it was just stop motion animated on a glass table with lights. The foreground, which was black, was done at the same time. So, but the lighter gray backgrounds were actually done digitally. Yeah, I didn't stay true traditionally for that one just because I ran out of time and I wanted to have that easier. So they were painted digitally and then added in post-production.
What you were hoping the audience would get out of these?
For me, yeah, like I said, I want to kind of mirror what's going on in our society. I think that's what we do as artists. And so, I don't know, I would love for you to think about it. Maybe, I mean, it's not for me to tell you what to take from that movie. It's just there and you take whatever you want from it. But obviously, secretly, I'm thinking, yeah, maybe let's spread some more love. Let's think about each other as humans more. Like, let's treat us less like single-use plastic and also think about our environment more, because that's the world we live in. You know, when that's gone, we don't have a place to live in.
I just wanted to know each of your next projects.
Well, I just came back from the St. John's International Women's Film Festival, where it was a lovely event. Oh my God, it was my favorite festival ever, and I was able to pitch my new idea to like the Arts Council, like just government funding. And it was very well received. I'm not sure, I'm in research stage, so I'm not sure if I should tell you what it is about, but the animation is going to be in the same style. It's going to be about us losing touch with nature and indigenous tribes. That's all I'm saying.